Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th Canto, Chapter 12, Text number 13. Kshatrimshad Varsha Sahasram Shashasa Kshitimandalam Bhogai Punyashkhayam Kurvan Abhogai Rashubhakshayam. Translation purport by Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Dhruva Maharaj ruled over this planet for 36,000 years. He diminished the reaction of pious activities by enjoyment. And by practicing austerities, he diminished inauspicious reactions. Purport. That Dhruva Maharaj ruled over the planet for 36,000 years means that he was present in the Satyuga, because in Satyuga people used to live for 100,000 years. In the next Yuga, Treta, people used to live for 10,000 years. And in the next Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, for 1,000 years. In the present age, the Kali Yuga, the maximum duration of life is 100 years. With the change of yugas, the duration of life and memory, the quality of kindness and all other good qualities diminish. These are two kinds of activities, namely pious. There are two kinds of activities, namely the pious and impious. By executing pious activities, one can gain facilities for higher material enjoyment. But due to impious activities, one has to undergo severe distress. A devotee, however, is not interested in enjoyment or affected by distress. When he is prosperous, he knows, I am diminishing the results of my pious activities. When he is in distress, he knows, I am diminishing the reactions of my impious activities. A devotee is not concerned with enjoyment or distress. He simply desires to execute devotional service. It is said in Srimad Bhagavatam that devotional service should be apratihata, unchecked by material conditions of happiness and distress. The devotee undergoes process of austerity such as observing Ekadashi and similar other fasting days and refraining from illicit sex life, intoxication, gambling and meat eating. Thus he becomes purified from the reactions of his impious life, and because he engages in devotional service, which is the most pious activity, he enjoys life without separate endeavor. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport. So, Dhruva Maharaj continued to rule for 36,000 years this planet, and what followed that is described here. He diminished the reactions of the pious activities by enjoyment, and by practicing austerities, he diminished inauspicious reactions. So this is the very interesting aspect of life in this material body. Life in this material body in the material world, is meant to deliver the reactions of our activities according to our karma. Life in this body itself is an opportunity for the living entities who want to independently, in forgetfulness of Krishna, whose part and parcel they are, in forgetfulness of that, they want to seek out pleasure, love, power, knowledge on their own. All the things that human being is pursuing in this material world, we can classify them under this rasa, satrasa, chitrasa, or anandarasa. Everything falls under this. People want power, freedom, this satrasa. People want power rasa, freedom rasa, that is satrasa, chitrasa. People want knowledge rasa, intelligence rasa, discovery rasa. Understanding rasa, realization rasa. These are all chit rasa. Ananda rasa is love. Everybody wants to love someone, and everyone wants to be loved by someone, or to be loved by everyone. That is, and then there is exchange of sense pleasures following the love. So love and sense pleasure constitutes ananda. Power, freedom constitutes sat, perverted satrasa. In the material world, there is no real experience of Satya, Chitta and Ananda. What we call as power rasa in this material world is fake power rasa, perverted power rasa. Perverted Chitta rasa, perverted Ananda rasa. So the Vedic perspective of this material life is that the devotee sees that every individual, even when you take his day, analyze his day, you will see sometime he is chasing satrasa, sometimes he is chasing chitrasa. In the material world, of course, there is a duality. There is a rasa of power and powerlessness. There is rasa of love and hate. There is rasa of knowledge and ignorance, misleading. Both are there in the material world. Bondage, opposite of freedom. So in the material world, there is fake satrasa, chitrasa, anandarasa mixed with the opposite, pain, pleasure and pain. The living entity does not want the other opposite. Nobody wants bondage, everybody wants freedom. Nobody wants to be cheated, to be ignorant, But everybody invariably is dealing with ignorance. Ignorance as a consequence in this world. So they don't want ignorance. Nobody likes to be hated. Nobody likes physical pain. The nature of the soul is pure Satya Chitta Ananda. So when you come into this material world, if you want independent Satchitananda, then experientially you are provided that. Put in an illusory identification with the body, because this is not my real body. My real body is in the spiritual world. Because in the spiritual body you cannot enjoy fake Satchidananda. In the spiritual world, the internal energy, the spiritual body, is only seeks Satya Chitta Ananda linked up with Krishna. Just like I am part and parcel of Krishna, my Satchidananda experience is also part and parcel of Krishna. So there is something unconstitutional that I want Satya Chitta Ananda disconnected from Krishna's Satchidananda. Immediately I get trapped, because all energies are serving Krishna, internal energy, external energy. We are tiny particles, marginal energy of Krishna. Immediately the living entity is captured and given a body and given a false ego. Okay, now this is your story. You are the body. Now, because you want independent, you independently earn your sukha and dukkha. And that's why everybody in the material world enjoys or suffers according to their own deeds or misdeeds. And law of karma is there. And the law of karma is generally, the principle behind law of karma is when you become more and more selfish, then you tend towards negative reaction. You tend to earn papa karma. And when your consciousness is broad enough, less selfish, there's a graph, you can go on, less selfish, less selfish. Then those activities earn punya. And there are very specific activities which are given in the Vedic literature. What constitutes as punya? For instance, austerity is a punya. It earns punya. The result of that earning punya is that you can counter some sufferings that is due to you. So it is not that each action has a reaction in the physical sense. Law of karma is not a physical law. Because the net effect of a living entity existing in this material world is for rasa. So law of karma is about the law of material rasa. So just like money you earn money, you can use the money for so many things that you want. And the law of karma is very complicated, because living entities' free will is also involved in it. Just like no computer software can predict how much money will be in the pocket of each individual in India. After all, it is following some law. Spending, giving, take, giving, he is giving, this fellow is earning. Money is moving. Reality is that money is moving. Everybody has some money in their hands. A problem of economics. Okay, can you give a very complicated software where every time you can predict how much money is with this person, how much money will be today, this much, tomorrow how much money will be with different persons? Impossible. But it's a reality, it is happening, that it keeps changing according to our free will. So law of karma is like that. You have got a punya shakti and you have got papa shakti also. Papa bija, you have to suffer, and only then it will be nullified. Punya also, that is why it is said devotees are very careful. They don't want to do any punya karmas other than devotional service. Devotional service is automatically highest punya karma. And don't want to do any philanthropic work not connected to Krishna, because immediately it will give a reaction and you have to take a birth to enjoy. For a devotee, enjoyment and suffering in the material world are both suffering. Are both the suffering. Prabhupada says in this verse, we should get used to apratihata. Our life should not be based on my experience of sukha and dukkha. That will come and go. These are dualities. I should tolerate the dualities and execute devotional service of the Lord. Today my mood is not good, so I don't feel like chanting. Or somebody will say that, okay, something is wrong today with my chanting, I am not feeling good. Actually, nothing is wrong with your chanting. Your kala and karma is putting you in that mood. Chanting is chanting always, simply chant. Do devotional service, that's the meaning of apratihata. Don't connect it to, today the mood is not good, or my chanting was not good, you will say. Try to find something, where you went wrong in chanting. That analysis you can do. But it is not necessary, even if your chanting is very good. What kala throws up from your chittam, the gunas, that you will experience. So therefore it is said that this devotion service should not be conditional to my feel good. I feel good, therefore I'll do. I don't feel good, I'll change my service. I feel good there, I feel good here. Because they're all conditional devotion service, apratihata. It is said in Srimad Bhagavatam that devotion service should be apratihata, unchecked by material conditions. See, this point is not the unchecked by material conditions, it's unchecked by material conditions of happiness and distress. Our service should not waver because of either the service gives happiness or distress. Nobody in the material world, in this material body, can be always happy, materially happy, or nobody is going to be always materially distressed. It is like a wave. Guna, Kala and Karma, three factors are there which keep kicking our chittam, our consciousness up and down, sometimes up, sometimes down. So one should not be worried or surprised if sometimes the chitta, consciousness is down. Immediately take up the mala and chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This is what in the Bhagavad Gita also Krishna says, rise above the dualities. This is the nature of the material body you have taken due to your past karma. Material body will deliver sukha and dukkha, will deliver pain and pleasure, will deliver power and powerlessness. Sometimes you will be powerful, sometimes you will be powerless. Various kinds of powerlessness. It's all just, it's a play of the seeds of our punya and papa. But there is a hint given here, very interesting. He diminished the reaction. See, we have got free will to diminish the reaction of pious activities by enjoyment, and by practicing austerities, he diminished inauspicious reactions. That means if you have a stock of papa, in advance you take austerities. That is why people go to astrologers. Astrologer will say, your time is bad. So yeah, as per destiny, your time is bad. Now you do certain prayaschitta punya, which will counter the papa reactions. It will counter. The papa reaction will not go. Just like if I have a debt, debt will never vanish. You can borrow money from somewhere else and clear that debt. Or you earn money and you clear the debt. Debt is a debt. You have to clear the debt. Papa karma, you have to clear that. Not necessarily by fixed events, etc. Otherwise there is no meaning. In the material world also there is freedom for you to play around with karma, but karma cannot be wiped out. This is the point. Karma has to be transacted. Whereas for devotees, Krishna wipes out karma. No, you don't have to go through it at all. The bija, karma bijas are burned. It cannot sprout anymore. Hare Krishna Mahamantra is so powerful, it cannot sprout anymore. So even though it cannot sprout anymore, then one may say that we are devotees, we are chanting 16 rounds, and it is said that even one utterance of holy name is so powerful that you cannot do that many sins, which cannot be burnt away by one utterance of one syllable of the name of the Lord. Here we are chanting 16 rounds every day. But why my sukha dukkha is not going? Why my karma pattern is still running? We have to understand one important thing. When you chant the holy name of the Lord, and when we chant and surrender to Krishna, Guru and Krishna, our stock of karma is taken charge of by the spiritual master and Chaitya Guru combined. They take charge of that. Our past karma, sukha and dukkha that is destined for us, is very valuable to help us exercise our free will in devotional service and train us in pure devotional service. My free will is right now only directed towards accepting what is favorable for my happiness, what is unfavorable for my happiness, I reject. This is how every karmi's free will is operating. So if Krishna burns away everything in one shot, he says, better idea is, better system that happens to the devotee is that whatever deeply attached sukhas that we are thinking, those bijas will, and dukkhas, those bijas he will not burn. That is called management. They manage our karma. They don't create karma for us. Krishna in the heart never creates suffering and never creates happiness, material happiness for us. They never create. But they manage what we have. Because we are the one who created it. Now anyway, if I am not a devotee, I have to enjoy or suffer. So Krishna's management is such that the intensity of that is reduced, but gives us an opportunity, for instance, an opportunity for sense gratification. Suppose a grand opportunity is there as per your karma. Krishna will see how this can be modified, delivered to my devotee in a modified manner, where he can practice Krishna consciousness by accepting things favorable for devotion service and rejecting things unfavorable. These are the two important principles of learning how to surrender. Learning how to surrender to Krishna. Continuously at every situation, morning to evening we are facing situations. So our free will should be the compass for our direction, for our free will should be, is this pleasing to Krishna? Is it not? Is it displeasing Krishna? Love is about pleasing the object of love. Love is about pleasing the loved one. So if you love Krishna, then I will accept what pleases Krishna, I will reject what is not pleasing to Krishna. If all the seeds of a karma is burnt away, then I cannot be in this body. Karma keeps us in this body. So Krishna keeps us in this body till we leave this body. If we are surrendered to Krishna and lead our life, with all our material guna kala karma, impressions, guna kala karma, forces that come up, if we manage by applying the principles of surrender, not only accept things favorable for devotion service, reject things unfavorable for devotion service, there is also the recommendation of an existential consciousness of Vaikuntha to be practiced, which is Krishna is my only protector, Krishna is my only maintainer, Krishna is my only provider. To be meek and humble as 6 guidelines of surrender. We have to practice this consciousness. We have to practice action and non-action as per first 2 principles of surrender, and an existential consciousness. In what consciousness you should exist in this world? To be meek and humble, to have faith that Lord's mercy is always available for me, Lord is my only protector, Lord is my maintainer. This is the existential consciousness of a devotee, contrary to a karmic consciousness. So this existential consciousness through third to sixth guideline, and first two guidelines is the guideline of how to act in this world. Because we are dealing with our karmic forces. Dovetailing devotion service. Principle is accepting devotion service, accepting things favorable, unfavorable, rejecting. So often we think devotion service is about doing something. No, devotion service is, for a sadhaka is about doing and also not doing some things. Because both forces come in us. Karmic forces propel us to do something, and karmic forces also, what we should not do, it will propel us to do. What we should do also it will propel us to. What we should not do also it will propel us to do. So free will has two components: to do free will and not do free will. Devotion service is only about not doing. Suppose you reject an opportunity for sense gratification. It's a devotional service. You have not done anything. A lusty impulse comes in your mind. You say, I won't indulge. Immediately, Lord in the heart is pleased. It's devotion service. So one should not think devotion service only means, doing something outside. Accepting things favorable, rejecting things favorable happens in the heart as a relationship of pleasing the Lord in the heart. 24 hours we have to practice this. And apratihata, this is a training. Krishna is very happy if you do your service. My service cannot stop. Sukha may be there, dukkha may be there. The world may encourage me, my people around me, other Vaishnavas may encourage me, may discourage me. They may not appreciate. Just like in one of the classes, one devotee asked me this question in the Bhagavatam class. Prabhu, in the outside world, people are made to work hard. Their authorities, they're constantly praising them, encouraging them, rewarding them. So much they work so hard when you encourage them. So why in our devotee community this is not happening? We also want to produce so much result. So there should be always, continuously, our goal should be to chadao the other person. Chadao the subordinate, praise him. And then he will do more work. Then you are following the karmic law. We want the devotee to be devotionally motivated. I want to please my Lord in my heart. I want to please my Guru. I want to please the deities. I want to please the Vaishnavas. Self-motivated he should become, because devotion is self-motivated, not motivated by rewards outside. That is called fruitive motivation. I cannot mold my life, if I am a spiritual leader, I cannot mold others' life based on fruitive motivation. So of course, as management, neophytes we do, because they need some encouragement to go on doing the service for some time. But we should ensure that does not become a habit, that I will work for Krishna only if my authorities appreciate me. Our appreciation is coming from the understanding that Krishna is pleased. I don't need anybody's certificate. I am always seeking certificate, but from Krishna and Prabhupada. I need recognition from Prabhupada. Yes, you are doing right. You are doing the right thing. Once one learns how to take this appreciation from the understanding of love, just like Prabhupada told, how do I know Prabhupada that Krishna is pleased with me? Said, I have written in my books what pleases Krishna and what doesn't please Krishna. If you do what is there, then you are pleasing Krishna. Why you don't have faith that you are pleasing Krishna, you are pleasing me? Each time do you have to say, yes, I am pleased, I am pleased? Read my books, understand my mind. What pleases me, what doesn't please me. Understand Krishna's mind. What pleases him and does not please him. Based on that, you can always feel. It's not imagination. Just like now I am speaking Bhagavatam, you are hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. The Shastra said this is very pleasing to the Lord. We are glorifying the Lord. We are glorifying the transcendental literature of Srimad Bhagavatam, which is nothing but pure devotional service glorified. So we know it is pleasing. We should feel that I am pleasing. Then relationship begins. Every activity that we do for preaching, if I am following, take satisfaction, I am following what, okay. Lie down in the night, before you sleep, you review, whole day, I was blessed with this devotion service. And the Lord in my heart is pleased. Lord in my heart is sitting in my heart. Very sensitive. Most sensitive person is seated in each of our heart. There is no time gap between your service and the Lord receiving it. Instantly He is receiving it. A devotee undergoes process of austerity such as observing Ekadashi and similar other fasting days and refrain from illicit sex, intoxication. Now come to, these are not called karmic enjoyment. Illicit sex, intoxication, gambling, meat eating. As per karma, there is an authorized enjoyment. You can exhaust your punya by proper sex life, if you have that karma. But if the moment you try to enjoy that your due in an illicit way, you create papa karma. So like Dhruva Maharaj, he diminished this pious activities by enjoyment. So we can diminish by enjoyment, means by authorized enjoyment. We can diminish, not by unauthorized. This is karmi's life. Our life is not like this. We dovetail everything in service of the Lord. We have surrendered to, we are practicing. Let's not say we are surrendered. We are practicing surrender to Guru and Krishna. This is our life. Nothing else we are doing in our life. Everything else is a manifestation of this particular principle of training ourselves to surrender, to learn how to be in a surrendered consciousness. Any questions?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. In the 3rd chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna tells that those who are ignorant should perform their duty with attachment. That is better than not performing anything. But they should be encouraged to perform in the spirit of devotion.
Should we encourage?
To perform activities in the spirit of devotion.
What is the connection between what you told first and now?
In the same translation it is there, Prabhu, that the wise should not disrupt the ignorant people from
correct,
not performing activity, even though they are attached. But they should be encouraged to perform in the spirit of devotion.
In the spirit of devotion.
In the spirit of devotion. So, here if you see, Prabhu, there are different devotees with different grades of consciousness. So, some maybe we have to encourage them to perform activity because activity is better than inactivity. So, they require some kind of an encouragement, some fruits. So, in that way, is it good to give, or what is the correct methodology?
No, we should simply endeavor to engage in devotion service. Whether how much fruits to mix into it to keep you going, because you are not a pure devotee. When we are doing mixed devotion service, we don't think that, oh, I need mixture. We are always seeking pure devotion service. But the Lord is, in our heart, is managing our sukha and dukkha. And whatever is required to feed your mind-body system, they will be delivering. It is their lookout. So therefore we say apratihata. Whatever sukha that is there also given by you, whatever dukkha is also given by you, I will engage in your devotional service. We don't have, once I have surrendered to Krishna, I don't claim ownership over my papa and punya. I don't claim ownership on my happiness and distress. Because I have faith that Krishna is handling it. Prabhupada repeatedly says, devotee thinks that whatever happens in his life is personally delivered by Guru and Krishna. In reciprocation to my journey of what they want to teach me, what I want to learn, what I should learn. Therefore, everything that happens in a devotee's life has a devotional message from Guru and Krishna. So we quickly, the devotee who is sensitive to it, immediately he learns and responds. And if it does not respond, Krishna will not leave, there will be competition. He will again and again put you in the same situation. Learn this. This is not a devotional attitude. Special mercy. I want to become pure devotee. I want to go back to Godhead. If you are determined, then Krishna will say, okay, I am also determined to help you. So the way he manages our sukha and dukkha, our karma, punya and papa accumulated, that punya and papa accumulated, as far as we are concerned, that is called prarabdha karma. Our subtle body has got sanchita karma and prarabdha karma. Sanchita karma, millions of lives of seeds of reactions are there. Bags and bags and gunny bags and gunny bags, or heaps and heaps and heaps. All that is put on hold by Guru. He only says, okay, what is it that you are born with in this life to experience? That is prarabdha karma. What sukha dukkha you are destined to go through in this life. That subset of our big stock of karma is called prarabdha karma. So prarabdha karma of a devotee is managed by Prabhupada and by spiritual master and Krishna. So we don't have to bother about, I need sukha, my nature is this, I cannot take dukkha, so I'll change my service. No, don't worry about all that. You don't have to. You're nowhere Prabhupada has given that instruction like that. Prabhupada has said, engage in devotion service. And that will be managed by the Lord. Sukha, dukkha, surrender to the Lord and engage in devotion service. Any other?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Sometimes when we feel that humbleness or helplessness, we feel that, oh, I'm not qualified to do this service, I'm fallen like this. So when we have this kind of thinking, then it affects the service. We are not able to take proactive, means we don't become more proactive, and it restricts us to do the service in a nice way. We don't proactively take responsibility for doing the service nicely, and it affects the service, because if someone has taken a leadership role or something and that person is feeling that I cannot do this, I'm not qualified, so definitely it's going to affect the service. So then how this kind of consciousness will help us in this
See,
services?
there are the feeling I am not qualified to do a service. Is a good feeling, provided it propels you to become qualified. If you feel, if that feeling generates less enthusiasm to endeavor to qualify, then Maya is taking advantage of this feeling of being less qualified. So, we have to be very careful. For instance, suppose a challenging situation comes, like Arjuna had to fight, right? He can misuse humility, no? No, I want to be humble, I don't want to fight. So any of these qualities, humility, feeling disqualified, it has to be, Krishna has to be the beneficiary of that. So if I am feeling less qualified, let me get qualified. This duty has been assigned to me. What all I can do to struggle to qualify. And because I have been given this duty, I will get the entire strength from parampara to do it. I am not depending upon my karmic strength. With respect to our papa and punya, Prabhupada says in the Bhagavad Gita that Krishna decreases our suffering and he increases our good fortune. So Krishna can modulate our this is just like a paradha karma is like a wave, sukha, dukkha and things like that. Ability, no ability, all this. Krishna pulls the graph up. He can decrease this dukkha, he can increase the dukkha, the pattern will be there. So similarly, this feeling I am unqualified should propel you to become qualified. Why? Because I have been assigned this work, I have to do. Now I will depend on Krishna. Slowly you will learn that nothing I do is based on my ability, my karmic ability. My karmic ability is there, no doubt. My karmic ability plus Krishna's supply of jnana, bala and gunaka, jnana, bala and kriya, depending on him. Everything that the devotee does is not simply, that is the meaning, as I explained. It is not that my prarabdha karma I am dovetailing. Your prarabdha karma is managed. It may increase, it may decrease. Krishna can increase your sukha, can decrease your sukha. He has only goal, he is continuously monitoring your consciousness in your heart. He is a sanctioner, no? Upadrashta and Anumanta. For a devotee, Prabhupada says, Upadrishta, Anumanta and guide, Chaitya Guru. So it is through our daily activity that we develop devotion, isn't it? If I don't have this body, if I don't have this karma and all those things, in this world I cannot act. So now we are acting in devotion service, means each of us have our own stories of prarabdha karma. In that Krishna is involved.
Prabhu, in order to get qualified to do the service, is it okay to take some external help like encouragement? There is a thing called outside world, the practice. Encourage yourself by self-awareness.
Why the devotee is so weak, want external encouragement? For what? We should chant Hare Krishna, best encouragement. Krishna will change my destiny. Krishna will bring me qualification. Prabhupada will bring me qualification. You should not depend on external like that. If it comes, fine. If you make it conditional like that, then you'll get addicted to it. You take association of devotees, appreciation, unless somebody appreciates, I cannot move forward. Why? Change your paradigm of life. Be self-motivated. You have got the entire philosophy of Krishna consciousness before you in the books. Be self-motivated. Solve your own internal problems. Solve your own consciousness problem. Learn how to solve that. You are not alone. Super soul is with you. Prabhupada is with you. Like that you become a strong devotee. All the resources are available for a devotee to make spiritual progress within his heart. There is no need for leaning. There is no need for sticks to lean on. All are temporary sticks. It will let you down. Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Like after minimum rounds of chanting and reading service, to increase austerity, which is the best way, Prabhu?
Increase?
To increase austerity. Like I am doing all this in my comfort zone. So to increase austerity, which is the best recommended? Is it
No, you don't chant to increase austerity.
After minimum rounds and after minimum reading. So it's everything in my comfort zone. To increase austerity and to advance even further. What is best recommended?
So what's the question?
What is the best recommended austerity?
What is the best?
Recommended austerity.
Recommended austerity.
Yes.
Yeah. See here, the point you are saying is, here he performed austerities and he nullified all his papa.
Yes.
Here.
Yes.
What is our best austerity?
Correct.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Devotion service plus automatically it is highest punya. So there is no more powerful tapasya than hearing your chanting. It can produce wonderful results, even materially also. Because Vishnu is pleased. Directly his name you are chanting and hearing. Pleasing Vishnu is the highest austerity, is the highest yajna, is the highest tapa, everything. So we don't have to do anything separately. When you are chanting 16 rounds, that's why Prabhupada said, no need to do Nirjal Ekadashi. For those who don't chant 16 rounds, don't chant, let them do Nirjal Ekadashi. The punya that you are getting is far surpassed by the bodily and mental tapasya of doing Nirjala Ekadashi. Do Ekadashi, devotional Ekadashi. Devotional Ekadashi means honoring the Lord's wish and will that not to touch grain on that day. That part of Ekadashi is devotional Ekadashi. If karmis are doing Nirjal, you don't discourage them. Very good, do it. Swamiji, why you are not doing? My spiritual master told me to preach. So I am preaching. I have enough stock. Every day 16 rounds I am doing. I got so much stock of punya that we are afraid of punya. Devotees are afraid of, because that punya will give me another life. So I have to hold on to devotional service, pure devotional service. Those who chant Hare Krishna, who take initiation, they leave japa and all, they will become big demigods next life. If Krishna's mercy is there, they will not. They will suffer. Krishna will not leave them. But if the Krishna lets go, okay, Baba, he doesn't want to be devotee anymore. Flow. Next demigod. Next life. But devotees is all useless. Temporary. Finish all the punya and then you come back again. Grandharaj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai.